Hi everyone, Linda here. Today's guest for philanthropy stories will be Miss Anjali Chin from HanaFundMe.
Okay, so basically, HanaFundMe is a women crowdfunding platform targeted to women to raise funds to kickstart their dream projects or to raise funds for the mission and causes that they support. We launched on the first day of MCO in Malaysia, basically on the 18th March of 2020. It was actually during the pandemic. It was a crazy decision that we made, but yeah, we did it anyway. We operate mainly from the website, basically the hanafundme.com and social media platforms. For the campaign that we drive, we usually share with friends and family, and sometimes media would pick it up and they will share too. This happened with some of the campaigns that we have done in the early days. It's the same with other campaign owners. They are responsible to promote and share their campaigns in order to create awareness, getting more eyeballs, and getting the support that they need. We have no specific main contributor. Basically, in general, our contribution come from either our network of friends or the caring public. Before we publish any campaign on the platform, we usually study the nature of the campaign first and verify the campaign owner, either by call or by email. We verify every campaign contents and make sure that they are complete before it is approved. Every campaign owner must ensure that they put up their profile on the platform so the donor can verify them too. As a donor, when you donate to each campaign, you will get a receipt. This is to acknowledge your donation or pledge for specific campaign, basically for the campaign that you support. If you're a campaign owner, you can also refer to the backers list from your dashboard so you will know who backs your campaign. It is also important to update your supporters on the campaign update column and social media on the progress of your campaign and how the donations have impacted the causes that you raised for. Most similar online platform model would somehow practice similar system, but not all platforms would show backers list or allow donors to contact campaign owners directly or verify their campaign before publishing. Because we know this, like Kickstart, they don't do it. There were several others also, they didn't do it. So to us, these elements are very important. So we make sure that we verify all these three before we publish. I would think so. Donors are free to contact campaign owners directly to find out what other ways they can help. And beneficiaries normally get impacted by the funds raised. It's both. Both for our campaigns, yeah. It is important that we honor donors' trust, and for the beneficiaries, it is important that every donation or pledge would help to impact them. As of now, the dilemma is more on verifying and ensuring campaign owners and their campaign is fundable. To be honest, we have rejected quite a few. And another myth to dispel is that most campaign owners expect that when they put up their campaign, the funds will come. This is not true. We have to constantly remind them to consistently drive and work on creating awareness of their campaign. This is pretty hard because some of the campaign owners are first-time fundraisers, so they don't have the drive, you see. Sometimes they're like, I don't know if I can use bahasa, they're like mati akal. They don't know what to do. And they're not, what you call this, subject expert in terms of like social media. Should I do this or should I not do that? I think the challenges with campaign owners in in Malaysia in general is they malu. They are worried of rejection. They're scared to tag their friends' names, even though the cause is really good, the mission is really good, They know that it is important to tag on their network, but they just put it there and then they expect people to respond, which is hard because if you were to put it on social media like Facebook, right? Dia ada algorithm tau. So kadang-kadang you boleh termiss when you see your friends post, because if you don't follow them that often, you don't respond to diorang punya post that often, you don't know, you will definitely miss. So that's why it is important to tag, So we always tell them that you have to remove this sifat malu. If you believe in your dream, you have to go for it. If you believe in that cause, you have to go for it. Whether or not they will support, it's a different story altogether, you see, because sometimes people have their own challenges, right? Not that diorang tak support because they don't like you. It's just that maybe they have their own challenges, but they're not gonna make it like known to you, right? So we always tell them that. So I think one thing is like when I mentioned like drive, diorang, the moment they don't see the support that they need, they get disheartened. So when they get disheartened, they're like, okay lah, they stop. In fact, ada potential, memang ada potential, boleh buat, but itulah, I'm not sure how, maybe it's the way we all are wired, people dekat US different kan. They don't just use, like for example, they don't just use Kickstarter, maybe they use GoFundMe, they will use so many other ways, and they are very structured in the way they create awareness of their campaign. For campaign owners, by constantly educating campaign owners on what they should do when they put up a campaign and what they can do to drive awareness has been one of our main challenging tasks lah. So for the public, one of our challenges is to explain the why of the campaign and how their pledge makes a difference to the recipients of the campaign. I didn't actually approach the media, when I raised funds for the Encik Azhar the first time around, when we first started nak beli motosikal untuk dia kan. So but I actually think out of the box. So I said, okay, how do I go further? Maybe I should contact DRB Highcom, because DRB Highcom is so big. Who should I approach, right? In the first place, how do I go from here? So one thing led to another. Managed to contact somebody from there, and then they look at the campaign, they like it, and then they wanted to help. So the rest was history. And I didn't actually share it on the media. It's just the DRB Highcom thought that this is a good story, so can we help you to share it? And then the rest is history lah. Diorang yang the same thing like when we did the PPE for Sabah, right? No NGO buat at that time untuk PPE Sabah. Majority is focusing on the food basket. So I said, okay, I had a friend, dia nak buat untuk Kelantan. So I said, okay, kalau you ada extra fund, can you give it to, because at that time top 3, Tawa was quite high, right, during the first MCO. So she said, it depends, because I think the hospital in Kelantan would need more. So I said, okay lah, tak apa. So let me try and do it under the platform. It did well, I would say, because kita dah hantar 3 kali. We use Mercy punya flight at TUDM to hantar the barang-barang that they need. Because at that time, the hospital, masa diorang call kita phone asking for support, I don't blame them. They do receive help from KKM, Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri, but they were overwhelmed at that time. They were not prepared. They don't know what to do. So barang-barang yang diorang hantar semua macam tiba-tiba tak cukup, because this hospital need it, that hospital need it. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that if you have a certain a cause in your mind or project in your mind that you wanted to drive funds to, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to think out of the box. You can't just put on social media and then let it run. You have to do something behind, you see. Reach out to your community, either using WhatsApp ke, even in group chat you boleh buat. So I think a lot of educating need to be done lah. for campaign owners. Okay, first thing first, which regulator are we referring to? Right? From what I know, there is no clear guide on who to look for or get advice when it comes to getting support to ensure the viability or the sustainability of NGO. And what I know is that most NGO these days have to sustain through grants and monthly donation by regular well-wishers. They have to do a lot of things in order to fundraise. So if you ask me, if the regulators actually helping, I don't think I've come across any specific regulator that manages this. To me, transparency is always an issue because of late there were many mission and causes that we have seen aired on TV, radio, social media, and even YouTube. They even put a account number, I think, and but the problem is we have no idea how many people actually donated and how much they have collected and how they are spent. So I think it would be good to have information like this available for the public so that they will know. You see, you can see that, right? On TV, sometimes it's not that I tak nak tolong, right? So when I look at it, I don't have a lot of information. I know I have to masuk tabung kemanusiaan something. But how the money is spent? Berapa orang dah put in money? How much have they collected? I don't know. So like for us on our platform, we have a backers list, and the campaign owner pun boleh access dorang punya dashboard. You will know siapa, even though the donor may put their name as anonymous, but back end you still know siapa. The person also have to leave their phone number, email, so you can reach out and say thank you to that person if you want to. So I think in Malaysia, transparency is very important. But kita ada banyak, right? For example, mangsa banjir. Okay, so the problem is that whenever it's aired on TV, national TV, Malaysian are generally generous. Even 10 ringgit pun kita bagi, kan? But dengan siapa kita bagi, we do not know. How the money is spent, kita tak tahu. Siapa yang bagi, we don't know, seriously. So I think this is something that needs to be addressed lah. We are definitely the new kid on the block, right? We are not looking at to compete with the big boys, So that is the reason why we differentiate ourselves. We are more niche, towards women, because we know that women, kalau bab nak minta help in terms of fundraising for dorang punya project, diorang malu sikit. So I was trying to make things easier because I'm a woman myself and I know how it feels when you want people to support your idea. But for me, for any women that wanted to raise funds, for dorang punya project ke, for dorang punya mission, you must always be ready to learn, from people who have done this before, and always ready to jangan malu lah, if definitely rejection will be part of everything that we do, but you have to understand that this is the journey. It's not the, of course the end result is important, but it's the journey that you have to go through that makes it worthwhile, because this is not going to be a high buy kind of thing. Fundraising is a continuous thing.